Welcome back to Talkin Shop with ShopSabre. I'm Brandon, back with the gang for another episode. We got Travis, Nick, Chad, and Kai. How you guys doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
Excellent.
Doing great.
I'm good. Thanks, Chad, for asking.
No problem. I'm the only one that cares.
The only one who cared in the entire group. The rest were like, yeah, I'm good. Bye. Don't say anything to me. Don't look at me. Yeah, it's another episode. We're on episode number 97. Season 2.
Kind of extra cluttered in here today.
Yeah, it really is cluttered. Like, they literally decided to use the closet today. And so now there's stuff everywhere. It's because we got Router Bob filming today.
The man, the myth, the legend.
The man, the myth, the legend. One shot Bob. Yeah, we're in this closet with lots of stuff. And we got this new sweet. Hey, Nick, shout out, right? This shout out time?
Yeah,
It's a pretty sweet sign, isn't it?
it is really sweet.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed by it.
I was shocked.
Yeah, no, it turned out really, really good. I was impressed. It's kind of cool, like, when I think about, like, where this started. You look at...
We had no signs.
Well, it's not even that. Like, it was just, like, this crazy idea. We got this cheapy podcast kit, like, as an idea. Like, we sat at just a table in a closet, started throwing things together, and now, like, we have people who are following us, which... We should probably give the shout out at this point, but I will in a second. I'm sorry. Give me just a second here. And, you know, now in this case, our customer, correct, Nick? Go ahead and jump in there.
Dan over at Acoustic Sound Panels.
Yeah. So, Dan, thank you for donating this. He reached out to us and said, hey, want to be a part of your guys' show. I got an idea. Send me your logo. We sent it to him, and he printed the super awesome acoustic sound panel. So, which is conveniently his business name as well.
So now when we all sound extra clear, and
I feel like
crisp,
I do.
Yeah.
I feel like I sound extra clear right now. So thank you, Dan, for making me sound better.
And
Thanks, Dan.
I can hear the happiness in Chad's voice.
I know. He sounds happier.
It's crystal
it's
clear.
much better.
It does sound better in here. So now we
I'm
have
going to start singing.
we went from 0 signs, as Chad said, to 2 in a matter of a week.
Coming up.
Literally 2 signs in 1 week. How cool is that? We cut that one like in December of last year. Just didn't have anywhere to put it. Finally got our podcast room set up. Put it on the wall. Dan sends this to us. Boom. 2 signs.
Our walls aren't falling off anymore. That's nice.
Our pets' heads are not falling off. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Good movie reference, by the way.
Thank you. But yeah, I know what. I'm pretty impressed with this little room. It's turning out nicely. I mean, it's a little crowded today.
Definitely crowded.
I don't like it. I don't like the crowdedness. But it won't be like this all the time because normally we won't have all these extra devices in here. I don't even know what is going on over there. What is that screen? It's like a shower curtain.
It makes Bob look younger.
It reflects the light.
I think it's probably where Jeremy, the video guy, changes. Yeah.
All Hollywood.
Oh, maybe he's like Clark Kent, but like less cool. Chad had something there. Chad had something and he stopped.
I didn't know if it was podcast friendly.
Everything's podcast friendly. But yeah, so I know that was a little bit of fun there. But hey, guess what, guys? Hockey season wrapped up this weekend.
Like high school hockey?
High school hockey done.
It was an exciting tournament.
It was an exciting tournament. And then my youngins, the 8-year-old and the 6-year-old, wrapped their season up this year. Now they start their next season on Friday.
I heard you played goalie for them.
I
part of
did.
their practice. How'd that go for you?
Yeah, well, you know,
He's second string.
the Minnesota Wild called me. They asked me to suit up for them. I told them, you guys are going to have to stick with Fleury. I'm not really
I was going to call him Freezy. I was close.
Freezy.
I think I'd rather ride the Gus bus.
Yeah. Well, either way, they asked me. I told them no.
No.
I pretty much taught them everything they know. In all seriousness, though, I got scored on by a bunch of 8-year-olds.
It's one of the best videos I've ever seen, though.
It's
because then
awesome.
your kid skates up on one foot and you can tell he's just trash talking you. You can't hear anything, but you can just see his head shaking and his body moving like he's just totally giving it to you.
And he totally was. Like, that's the thing. Is my 8-year-old. My 8-year-old's a pretty good little skater, and his team lined up, and they all took shots at the same time. Like, it wasn't supposed to be that way for the record. It was supposed to be one at a time, and they all thought it'd be funny to all fire at once. And I took 13 slap shots at one time. By the way, I think I saved 3. No big deal. But my son's shot obviously goes in. You can see it in the video very clearly come off of my son's stick and snipe the corner on me. Like, he picks the corner, phenomenal shot. As a dad, very happy with it. But then he proceeds to skate immediately to the net and sieve me to my face, and then begins to just run his mouth and tell me how terrible I am. Like, it's pretty awesome.
Classic.
And my son's a goalie, obviously, starting to play goalie now. And so he makes sure to let me know that he's better than me in net. And we ended up playing the next day, coaches and parents and whatnot, amongst the kids. So we split us all up into 2 teams. And my son was in goal in one end, and they made me play goal on the other end. And my son beat me 5-4.
How's that feel?
Didn't feel great. I'm going to be honest with you. I was a little upset. I actually pulled myself with a minute to go in the game. Then I went and stole a forward stick, and I went down because I was determined to get the tying goal against my own son. And he robbed me, proving he's the better player.
Oh, man.
So at that moment, I realized, it wasn't meant to be. And now not only does he get to talk trash about the fact that he beat me 5-4, he's also reminding me that I had the game on my stick with 20 seconds to go, and I blew it. So should have just lost. It would have been one less thing to deal with. How about you guys, though? Anything fun this weekend?
Not me.
Not me. Chad's like, I'm out. Didn't do a thing.
Waiting for the nice weather.
I feel like we could just record that and play it back every week. Nope, not me.
I hate winter.
I mean, I'm
So
with you. I'm
ready
with
for
you.
this to be done with.
I guess I don't mind winter as much. I just don't like the cold. Like when it's super cold, like I just don't like it.
The daylight savings time helped out yesterday, being brighter for
Right.
longer.
That
I
is
got
nice.
stuff done
But I'm
after
really,
work.
I'm really tired today.
I'm good today.
I feel
Yesterday
like
I was
it's
dragging.
just- man.
Yesterday I was dragging. Today's
Yeah.
fine.
Went to Top Golf on Saturday night. I thought that was kind of fun.
Oh, that's fun.
I did find out though that when it's heavy snow like it was up there on Saturday night, it really doesn't work very well. It doesn't read the golf balls. It doesn't. I mean, it's
Oh, really?
basically just like a driving. I mean, it's still fun, obviously, because you can still have fun with people you're there with.
Yep.
But it didn't work very well in the heavy snow.
Aren't you going on vacation with your family this weekend?
Yeah, Friday night we're heading to Vegas for a few days.
Vegas, that's right.
I think the kids.
Nothing like taking your son down to gamble.
Yeah, right. I mean, throw him in front of a slot machine. At
How old is he?
He's 5.
5, yeah, that's what I thought. That's
Sit on
pretty
my
cool.
lap and we'll play some slots. That's fine. I think they just heard about me and Natalie going all the time, and it kind of piqued their interest. I did do something kind of cool though. Like they're at that age where they're super, like, I don't know, they're on this Tesla thing where they think Teslas are really sweet and they think everything is.
You rented one, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I did just for that, just for the experience, like.
Yeah.
And then I saw somebody comment on, I don't know, something on YouTube we were watching or whatever, and apparently there's like Tesla tunnels in Vegas, so you can drive underneath Las Vegas in tunnels. In
What?
Teslas.
That's
I
a real
thought-
thing?
I have no idea.
Kyle's in the corner shaking
I
his head.
just heard about
it's
it.
real.
Like last night, and I'm like, what in the heck?
I thought
Kyle.
homeless people lived in those tunnels.
I mean, you might not be wrong. We don't
It's
know.
like a
Maybe
legit
not.
thing. It's
I've
their own
never been
little,
in them.
it's their own little city down there.
Really? But it was
You're
like,
about to find
I
out.
guess. But it only costs like $4.50 to go for a ride.
Check
for
out
like-
ShopSabre live when Nick drives through these tunnels.
Yeah, so I don't know. We were just came across it that they had these tunnels, so maybe we'll go check it out.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either.
Huh, it's
Just
like
found
the-
out last night.
Huh. It's like
So
this,
can
like,
you go as
secret-
fast as you want?
Oh, is it?
I don't think you can take your own cars. I don't know if they like drive you, but apparently they're going to make it throughout all of Vegas. So it's like their bus system, but it's going to be underground with Teslas.
Only for Tesla?
But right now it only goes from like the convention center to Resort World. So it's like a 3-minute ride. So I think they just give you like a tour of it or something. I don't really know how it works, but
How do they start building roads under the road without the city?
Elon has some boring company that they're doing it with. They have like this proposal to make like 75 miles of it underneath the city.
So how does the city not just collapse under it? Oh,
I assume they
That's
put
what's gonna
metal
happen.
tunnels or metal things around. I don't know. Apparently he wants it to go all the way to LA at some point
wow.
because underground tunnel driving is the future, he says.
The future is the underground.
I don't know.
Magma.
You can also pay to ride with his Dogecoin, apparently. So you can use crypto. I don't know. It's crazy.
Checks out.
Not to get off topic there. It was kind of a...
That's pretty cool, though.
It sounds cool, yeah. So maybe go check that out, too.
Hey, Travis, you want to talk today or no?
Yeah, I suppose. I picked up a couple new pit bikes for me and the wife this weekend.
I heard you're scared of it.
Yeah, she hasn't gotten on it yet, but
So you got 2 pit bikes now.
technically 3. I already had that one.
Oh,
but
well, there we go.
I'm selling the old one, and then I just replaced it with an
This
identical
just
one.
in, buy your ShopSabre and get a pit bike
There you go.
from Travis.
Just needs a new rear tire. I burnt it off.
This just in, you don't want that pit bike.
Yeah, that one's definitely been rode hard and put away wet.
What? It just
Off
happened.
to a flying start today. Wow.
Oh my god, I wasn't ready for that. I didn't have the button ready. Oh my,
Shut up a minute.
that's all I got for you. I'm sorry, I wasn't ready for that. You got me there. But yeah. What about you, Kyle? Are you still here?
I'd have to yell.
He's here.
I can just use Travis's mic. Yes,
There
I'm
we go.
still here.
There we go.
Are we talking about weekends?
Yeah.
I went to Minnehaha Falls while it was frozen.
Minnehaha Falls?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We went behind the waterfall.
That's pretty cool. Was it frozen still?
It was still frozen.
Was
yeah,
it?
most of it was. Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool experience. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, Chad. I moved the cords and I messed up Chad's mic.
I didn't have any headphones. Can you maybe plug that thing back in?
I'm sorry about that. Where are you?
Technical difficulties.
Please bear with us here. Do you have headphones now?
They're like cutting in and out.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
There we go.
We've
Just don't touch anything.
Is that better now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You like that? You like that?
I
I am
like
now-
being able to hear.
Brandon in tech support if you ever need me. I am available.
Call somebody else.
True. But yeah, I know last week we talked a little bit more about why you should be asking more questions, and one of them should be like, why would you want to talk to Brandon in tech support when there's so many better people? But today I wanted to talk about my favorite, living the dream. Who's heard living the dream before?
I say it, I think, every day.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. In all seriousness, when you ask people how they're doing, do you guys ever hear that? Living the dream?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you think they mean it, or are they being facetious about it?
I think it's a little
I
sarcastic.
was gonna say I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that seriously.
It's always facetious, right? What's your guys' thoughts about living the dream, though? In all honesty, what's your guys' thoughts on that?
Nick, what are your thoughts on that? Got
Travis,
him.
what do you got, Travis?
I guess if you're gonna throw me at it first,
This is funny.
living the dream for me is breathing. I'm alive. I
Living
always
the
just,
dream.
if somebody ever asks me and I say I'm living the dream, they're saying, "Well, why are you living the dream?" I said, "I'm on the right side of the dirt.
It's true.
That's fair.
Especially
I'm
after,
breathing. I'm alive."
Well, especially after going through what you did last year, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
not wrong there. I guess. What about you guys? What do you guys think about seriously?
Yeah, look, I guess the same thing. Just being able to wake up and enjoy my life.
Yeah.
And
Go
I think
home,
just-
you know.
Didn't mean to cut you off there. Kind of just living every day to the best. I mean, make the best of everything you come across, right? Like enjoying everything you get to do on a daily basis because of coming here to work every day and having a good time and making those few bucks to entertain yourself when you're not at work, right?
Yeah, for myself, when I say I'm living the dream, I mean it. Like I'm not one to say it like facetiously. I'm not one of those guys that's gonna like lie about it. Like when I say I'm living the dream, it doesn't mean I don't have problems. I mean, right? I mean, everybody has problems in life, but I also know that 10 years ago, me, Brandon, right, dreamt about where I'm at today. Like, and I think that's what you have to remember is that, as like I say, trust me, my day's not roses and sunshine. It has its turbulences, and there's days that you want to go back to bed. It just wasn't your day, and you're like, hey, maybe tomorrow. But it's all about your attitude, I think. And for me, ShopSabre's grown to be a name in the industry that's recognized, and it's known in this industry for superior performance and technical support. The support that we're known for industry wide, and ShopSabre's grown, to service people all around the world. Like, to me, that's huge. Like, you think about that. Hell, ShopSabre now has a machine on a NASCAR, on a NASCAR team. On Junior Motorsports, we have our logo on a car. Like, actually 2 cars. How cool is that?
That's awesome.
So, I could choose to dwell on the things that, I haven't accomplished yet, right? There's things that we've thought we'd get accomplished by now that we maybe haven't, but think about all the things we have accomplished, and the people we've helped and all the places we've gone. And I can honestly say I'm living the dream. I'm living that dream for me, right? 10 years ago, I dreamed that ShopSabre would be a brand that you didn't have to explain. People knew what it was, right? 10 years ago, we weren't anywhere near the size company we are. I think about 10 years ago, we were in a building so small that we had to use forklifts to move machines outside every morning. And then at the end of every day, move the machines back inside.
Wow. Sounds efficient.
Well, exactly. But you didn't have a choice, right? It's part of what we had to do. But we dreamt about the day that we'd have a building big enough to where we don't have to move things in and out every day. And that's here. So it's like, I think about the machines and the way we've built things and even the technology we use in these machines. It's all stuff we thought about, like, hey, what if we could do this? And we've accomplished it. We've been able to do things in this time period that we dreamt about. And my dad when my dad started this company, think about that. Like the dream he had thought about, like, hey, a better machine for people, right? A machine that doesn't cost $300,000.
Being able to produce a machine with more automation.
Correct.
Get in some of like the mills that we have.
Absolutely.
Even the amount of mills that we've have gotten in my short time being here is crazy. Getting some of that equipment,
One for me too. 6 years I've been here. When I first started here, like you said, it was kind of around the time frame where I remember you guys having to bring stuff in and out of the building just to do your daily work.
Yep.
Most of my phone calls when I would take a phone call is, I haven't heard of you before. Now, almost every phone call I'm on, they're saying, man, all I hear is good things. I see all this, about your support and your quality. I mean, it feels really good for me to not have to be like, we're not a new company.
Correct.
I mean, this company's been around. People know us, you know. So
and that's actually something that I think, I'm glad you said that, because that's something that I remember too a lot, is like trying to explain who we were.
Yeah.
Like, and I always had to sell us for like, hey, no, I promise our support's really good. And it was people having to trust you on that. And now the reviews are out and people know who we are. And, we're very proud of the reputation we've built. But to me, that's the dream. The dream was built around that. So again, everybody has their own dream. Everybody in the world has their own dreams. And every person's dream is unique to themselves and their situations. And that's okay. And I think that's what you have to know is, like, if you're listening to this right now, you have to think about, what is your dream? Where are you today that you weren't 10 years ago? What were you thinking about 10 years ago that you're like, I want to do? I want to accomplish this in the next 10 years. Have you done it? I'd be willing to bet a lot of people listening to this have accomplished things over the last 10 years that they forgot they did. And they, and some of it is now thinking about the next 10 years and accomplishing those goals. And it starts with things like CNC machines, right? Buying a ShopSabre as an example, right? That's a good plug of the company there, right?
ShopSabre.com.
But in all seriousness, like, you think about automation and where you're going and how do you get there. And as you just mentioned, this underground roadway, apparently, that we're like, I had no idea. This is all new to me. But that's the stuff that, like, it's a dream for somebody. Somebody's thinking about this, right? And like, I'm going to pick on you, Nick, a second here, because your son, you sent me a Snapchat the other day. Your son came home from school. Was it yesterday? Day before? I don't remember. Anyways, your son,
I guess it depends which one you're talking about.
he packed his bag.
Yeah, yesterday.
Right?
Yeah,
Yesterday? Okay.
Yep.
Like, they're leaving on vacation on Friday night. But the dream that he has right now is about going on vacation with dad and mom, right? Like, that's what his world is right now. Like, he's thinking about that. He's so much involved in that. He's already packed. Like, it's 5 days before he's leaving.
And he's been like doing a nightly countdown when he goes to bed of like from like 12 days ago. Like, oh,
Isn't
we're
that
leaving
cool?
in 12 days. Yeah, and it's just like knowing that they're that excited and looking that forward to it it's just really cool.
But it's a dream.
Yeah,
Like,
for
again,
sure.
and it's kind of crazy when you think about it. In his eyes, it's like the biggest thing in his world right now. And to you, you're probably not even thinking about it yet.
No.
Like, you're like, I got 200 things to get done before I'm going to that.
Yep.
And I think that's where the mindset in business goes. The bosses, and the owners and these people, like, your vision is so far out in front that what you're looking at is well beyond what some of maybe your employees are looking at, right? But your employees then still have to have their dreams. And you have to have compassion for the employees and what they're doing. And I guess that leads me into, what does living the dream mean to your employees?
Being able to live life good,
Yeah.
make decent money,
Yeah.
so you don't worry your paycheck to paycheck.
And maybe that's it. For some people, it's the money. I don't think everybody's money, right? Some people are motivated by the money and the success they have with money. Some of it's the, financial freedom because they don't have to think about money, right? Or some of it is they don't have the bills they had before, or maybe they have more family time now. They have the ability, I'm gonna pick on you again, Nick, because it was one of the things you and I talked about when you changed jobs.
Mm-hmm.
A big driving factor wasn't the job itself. It was the fact that you were going to be able to see your kids on the weekends.
Yep. It's
Okay.
huge. It's huge. I mean, even at night, like being home every night when they go to bed, like it's a huge thing to have dinner with your family, see your kids go to bed and not just see them, kind of in passing at 6 a.m. in the morning when they're getting ready for school, or, on a random day off that you have in the middle of the week.
Yeah. Travis, 6 years ago, you talked about it, right? At ShopSabre. We were working till 8, 9 o'clock at night every night.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what we were doing, trying to build that dream, right?
Yep.
Now you get to go home and have dinner with your kid most nights, right?
Pretty much.
You know,
Yeah.
most nights you're having dinner with the kid. Most nights you're getting to tuck them into bed. You know, you're not the crazy hours that we had to before because we've evolved as a company. We've developed, not that I don't think we're any slower. We're much busier now.
Oh, for sure.
But we have systems now.
Yep.
We have things to help us do our jobs efficiently. And again, it was coming down to me helping you build that dream, right? Get us to where you could be comfortable and be able to enjoy your life with your family. But, you know, for me, I remember days when, like some of these videos you guys watch, these Router Bob videos, I was in the shop till 4 a.m, like in the shop with Jeremy, with Bob, shooting on video because we couldn't start shooting video till 7:30 at night because obviously all the other people in the shop had to do their jobs.
Shut the air compressors off.
I had to shut all the air. Remember that? I had to
Yep.
shut the air compressors off, and then you guys would come out as you're finishing up your day, and then I'd be like, "Hey, we're just getting started."
That night, I think you finally kicked me out at about 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night because
Yeah.
you felt so bad. And then I came back in the next morning. You just looked like a zombie.
Yeah.
You were there, though.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Like it was part of the job, and it still is. I will put that work in, and I think it's obviously looks different now than it used to. But yeah, there was nights I'd shoot Router Bob videos, and we commonly wouldn't get out till midnight. Mm-hmm. Some of the more complex projects would take hours on end, and you couldn't stop in the middle of it because again, the guys were coming back in at 7 a.m. and they needed to be able to use the machines. So the machine that you were using for the video was going to end up having to cut parts for us. So it's like you didn't have the option to just leave it sit, like you had to clean the cameras up and, get back to business so you weren't in their way. And I think about that, like 4:30 in the morning. I remember looking at my clock, like, all right, well, we're finished up. What time is it? Oh, sweet. It's 4:30. Like, and you drive home, you go to bed for an hour.
Yep.
I went to bed for an hour, got up, took a shower, and I drove back and unlocked the shop so everybody could be in the building on time. And that's what you said. Like, you come in and it's like, what time did you go home? I'm like, I don't know, an hour ago.
Right.
It was what it was. But that's what living the dream about the employees is that at the time, it was really about making sure that we get to this level, right? Pushing us forward. And it would have been easy to say, you know what, I'm not doing it, right? But do we get to where we are today if we're not putting the work in?
No way.
Nope.
I don't think so either. Like, I think that's part of it is like, as the owners of companies, you do make sacrifices. And as managers of companies, you make sacrifices. So anybody listening, like, you've made sacrifices that you are never going to get recognition for. It just is what it is. Like, it's part of it, but it's all about that dream that you want to live, And, I like to believe that it's their want to go to work, right? Like, that's the dream for me is like making sure that you guys enjoy what you do daily. And that doesn't mean that we don't have bad days, right? I mean, we have days where I'm sure there's days that Chad wants to powerbomb me through a desk. Chad?
Last Thursday at about 4:31 p.m. Central Standard Time. For anybody wondering, just kidding. No,
I feel like there was a point this morning at like 10 a.m. you were going to do it too.
Today,
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Why was I getting
maybe
powerbombed?
Travis, not Brandon.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know he wanted to powerbomb me through a table at one point.
Yeah, say I haven't done anything today.
I was about to Kool-Aid man his cubicle.
Oh, that's funny. No, but in all seriousness, like, I take a lot of pride in the communication I have with you guys and the work. And like I said, there's days that I still have to be a manager and I still have to deal with the uncomfortable stuff, but I pride myself in the job you guys are doing and the output of the end work that you guys are doing, and obviously the pride that you guys take in that. It's all reflective of me. And so living the dream is about giving people opportunity to me. That's the biggest thing I can say. It's not about more money, but it's about the opportunity. I pride myself on giving the opportunity to be successful. I can't guarantee you or force somebody to work hard, right? Or to be successful. I can't say you're going to be successful. That's really your call. But I can give you opportunity to be able to make yourself advance, right? And I can give you tools or systems or software or whatever it is around you that helps you be successful. But I can't build success for you. I think that's fair to say. And I think about all the cabinetry shops that are out there, the sign shops. Think about that. If you're running a cabinet shop or a sign shop and you're not giving them tools to build those cabinets, how are they going to build them? Right? So if you want to build bigger or better things, what are you doing to empower the company to do that, right? And that might be CNC machines, right?
Buy bigger and better things.
Buy bigger and better things, right? Do they really have the opportunity to do so if you're not willing to invest back in the company? Like you've seen it. There's so many companies out there where I call them lifestyle businesses. And these owners, they start businesses and it's just so they can have their lifestyle. And they don't really grow the company because they take every, dollar that they make with the company out of the company and live their life, right? But the problem is the company never gets bigger. And it's like, that's fine if that's what you want to do. It's called a lifestyle business. That's good. But then you can't really complain that the business didn't grow over 10 years, right? Because for 10 years, did you reinvest in the company? Did you advance the company? Did you do things? So like if you're sitting there right now listening, it's like, hey, have you bought new equipment? Do you need to buy new equipment? Is there something out there that you could benefit from if you buy that CNC router or that CNC plasma machine?
Might even be worth taking a few minutes to ask your employees what they need to be successful within your business.
Yeah, and I do it. I mean, I ask you guys,
All
hey,
the
do you
time.
need help with something? Is there something we should do?
All
Is
the
there something you
time.
don't like? And even last week, Thursday, 4:31 p.m., I asked Chad about a new form, right? Came out with a new customer form. I mean, I know exactly where he's going with this conversation. Yep. And there's a new form. Like, we send out documents to our customers to clarify information. And I was going to get this form created to collect everything at one time. And Chad was a little frustrated because it's going to slow down the process because not every customer knows the information I was seeking right out of the gate. And obviously, I'm trying to help other people in the company simplify their lives and days, but it was messing up Chad's day. And it's going to make his job harder. So do I really win as a company if I move burden from one person to another? Probably not. It just complicates everybody's lives even further, So it's like at that point now cool, I made this guy happy, but I, got powerbombed by Chad through a desk at 4:32.
Well, and at the end of it, what happened? I mean, we came to a resolution.
Well, that's what's nice.
Compromised. Yeah.
By having a conversation rather than being a dictator, right? And walking in, this is what you're going to do. I said, what's your feedback here? And I think right away, it came off as maybe I was trying to force that form on everybody, And even Chad was like, well, let's just do it. Like, we got to try it, right? But then I was like, no, like, let's honestly provide me your feedback. And then Chad was like, this is my opinion. And then I was able to go back, okay, don't do anything. And I went back to my desk, redid the form, and we came up with a really good form now.
Right.
Like, I think it's working really, really well. And it helped the other departments because they feel more confident in the information they're seeking. But you guys, has it slowed you down at all?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing is like it hasn't worked your day down,
Nope.
but it improved somebody else's day somewhere else, and it worked out well. And again, it's just by having that open conversation. And again, like you said, Travis, maybe you got to go have a company meeting, sit down. You know what? Cook for your guys this Friday, like this Friday, do a barbecue, and then get everybody together and ask them, hey, what's some areas we could get better in, right?
And it doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight, but at least you can start moving towards that. You have a goal to fix something that maybe needs some help.
Well, you can't false promise people. Like, I've never sat down in a meeting and said, hey, what's your ideas? By the way, I'm going to do them all.
Yep.
Right? I've openly told you guys, hey, give me some ideas. I can't promise that this is going to change anything, but I at least need to have a starting point. And has every idea you guys have ever brought to me been brought to fruition?
No.
No, there's no way that every idea, like, I can't, right? I mean, it's just not, if I did that, Chad would leave at noon every day, and
Or we'd at least work Fridays from home.
Yeah.
Or the golf course in Chad's case.
Every other Friday's at home. Every other Monday. Tuesdays are optional.
Jeez, Chad, don't push it.
I've noticed that every time I bring this up, Chad's schedule changes. It started with like half days on Fridays. Then it was every Friday off. Then it was every other Friday is optional. Then it became Fridays and Mondays. Now it's Fridays, Mondays, and Tuesdays might not happen.
Because I have so much less time. I have to be so much more efficient. You don't realize how much work I'm going to get done. You're really hindering the company by having me here so much. It drains me. And if I
Thanks, Chad. I appreciate that. I'll go back to the drawing board on that.
we can have a meeting about this later.
Yeah, we can. So, along the lines of, taking care of your employees, let's talk about something else. What does the dream look like for your business?
Sleeping in.
No, that's not for your business. What do you accomplish? What do you want to accomplish this year? Like, that's the goal as a company, right? Where are you trying to go? Next year, what's that goal? Last year we set out with the goal to bring more technology to the fingertips of customers. And so in the acquisition of Langmuir Systems, we've accomplished that. We can now offer products to a wider range of people, right? Mm-hmm. We didn't have a product before that we could offer them. We now do, right?
Absolutely.
It's huge. Next year, what are we going to accomplish? Stay tuned. I'm not going to tell you that. But I know where the goals are. You guys know some of that. Obviously we know some of the stuff we're working on. Yep. You've seen it, the R&D stuff. It's pretty exciting. We got some cool stuff coming, and it's it's going to be in addition. So the nice thing is people who are buying machines right now are going to have these cool things that they can buy for their machine, right? Like more products and more things. And the innovation side of it, like having the Langmuir Systems team, very talented individuals. Like they're awesome guys and they have some really good engineers on their team as well. And you pair them with our team and it's like, man, the power that we have now to develop new and exciting products. I'm pumped about that.
It's awesome.
So, you got to think about that. What are your small goals? What are your medium goals? What are your big goals? And really, how are you going to create that dream, right? Chad, I'm going to pick on you a second because I know when you started this job, like we talked a little bit about life goals, right? Things you wanted to accomplish. And that like was something that I took pride in. I think I asked you more about your goals than you talked about. Like I wanted to know, like me and you joked for a while that you were going to install a simulator in your house.
Oh, it's still going to happen at some
You
point.
going to do it still?
Oh, yeah.
See?
I just have other goals that are more important than having a golf simulator at this time.
But that was
it's
cool.
gonna be.
It
It's
was like
in
a
the
thing that
future.
we talked about, and that was like that was something for you. Like I'm really into golf, and originally it was like I'm going to install a golf simulator in my garage, and then you realize maybe I should rebuild the garage, but you started there, and it was like just cool things that you've accomplished and seeing the journey along the way, and it's like ShopSabre has been able to grow through your help, right? I mean, you've driven business, and obviously you've been able to, because ShopSabre was able to work with you on that. Like we were able to help you accomplish your goals. So it's like a give and take thing. Like you get your goals, we got our goals. They're different goals than each other, but we're both hitting goals.
Exactly.
And to me, that's what's really, that's what it's really about. And you dream, the dream you build starts today, and the right machines or equipment is part of that. Like I feel like if you cut corners today, it's going to catch up to you later.
100%.
I think that happens to anybody. Investing in yourself is key, but investment without consideration is foolish. You need to consider the questions that we talked about last week, right? The who, what, where, why, when, all that stuff. We got to ask questions. If we're not asking questions, we're just making assumptions, and that's not good. And you need to think about your decisions and how they could affect your business and all of that. But you still got to dream. Nothing gets bigger by you going, I'm okay. I don't need to do anything different.
I did all right this year.
I did okay. I'm good. Next year, something's better to be smaller, right? No, even we talked about buying used machines in the past and buying import products and outsourcing your work. What does all that affect in your business?
Your output, what you can produce, what you have to rely on. If you buy an imported product, you're relying on support that's inadequate. What do you think, Travis?
Quality differences.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, yeah, you could probably get a cheaper product, but you're getting something that's cheaper for a reason. You're not getting a better quality product at a cheaper cost.
And if you just outsource and you're paying for somebody else's machine?
Correct.
ShopSabre.com.
My favorite is when people outsource and then they pay for other people's ShopSabres.
And then eventually buy theirs because they realize how much money they spent.
Because they
for
already
somebody
paid
else.
off the other guy's
So like, I
ShopSabre.
better get one now. It could really help. Like,
Yeah.
it could have really helped you 6 months ago.
Yeah. If you would have done it a year ago, you would have been half paid off already.
You'd have more money this year.
And that's exactly it. Like, you think about that and just the dream that you're trying to build for yourself, and then you're helping somebody else build their dream. And, it's just, there's so many things that you can do by thinking about your decisions a little bit before you make the decision.
Especially if you can set up processes that you don't have to manage or micromanage so much that you can take a step back to focus on bigger areas of the business, driving new customers in, just taking care of people.
Well, I think you can focus more on people when you aren't focusing as much on process.
Yep.
Right.
Like, you get bogged down on the processes, and then you forget about the people. Right? If you overwork people, your processes are so shitty that then what happens?
People are going to leave.
Right. I mean, you just kill your business, right? Because experience is experience not a good thing for business?
100%.
Like experience from an employee.
Yeah, like employee experience.
Yeah, I think it can be a good thing. It can also, depending on how you look at it, be a bad thing.
I think that's culture, though. Experience is good if used correctly, right?
Correct.
Sure.
I mean, let's be honest. A new employee is always the hardest to get efficiency out of, right?
But you can train a new employee
Your
to
way.
your processes
Correct.
the way that you do it.
Yeah, your culture. But my point is, if I have an employee that's been here 10 years, losing that employee because of bad processes
Yeah, it's
is going to, you have to try to make up 10 years of knowledge now in a new hire, right?
extremely hard to do.
Right. And to me, that's what, I'll look at it as from a sales standpoint, right? I mean, you guys have been here a while. Nick, you have not been here a long time. You couldn't jump into their shoes in handle the questions they handle right out of the gate.
No, heck no. I still go to them to get answers for
And
What
that's
did you learn yesterday though?
to not trust Travis. Thank you.
I was sitting here thinking, like,
Chad at ShopSabre.com.
I was like, is this coming to bite me in the ass for a second time?
Yes. Where's that Ric Flair woo?
Where's the Ric Flair woo? I got you, Chad.
You just got to tell the customer, hey, our employee of the month will be back from lunch in 5 minutes. I'll get right back to you.
Yeah, that's funny. So inside story here for y'all. We were trying to ship a machine yesterday, and we were working on some numbers from the quote, and Nick was having trouble finding the number, and so Chad was unavailable. He's on a phone call, which he was just wrapping up, and instead Nick went to Travis. And Travis messed up the number. And needless to say, it ended up having to come back to Chad by the end of the day anyways. So the joke was just go straight to Chad the first time and you wouldn't have had to do the job twice.
I gave it a college effort.
College effort.
I never went to college, for the record.
C's get degrees.
C's get degree. My motto.
All you gotta remember.
What do you call a doctor that got a C?
Doctor.
Doctor. Yep. True story. No, it was. I mean, we're obviously having fun with it. It's always nice when you got people helping people out. It's a big thing here. We, obviously Travis jumping in trying to help Nick, but I think my point of it is you have to dream to be what you want to be, right? You don't just become it. I think everybody has. I mean, every business started with some sort of a dream, did it not?
Has to.
I feel like it has to. Like, maybe 10% of people fall into something, right? But maybe not even that. But the reality is most businesses was somebody dreaming about a better solution or a better way to do things or
I could do this better.
being a millionaire. Let's be honest. How many dreams start with money,
Mine.
right? It starts with money and motivation.
All of mine.
All of them. The live tour.
But yeah, I mean, you still have to have a goal in mind to reach when you start something, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you can't just go into it thinking, oh, let's see what happens. I mean, you have to have a place you're going to try to get to by a certain time frame to be successful.
How do you measure your wins and losses if you aren't measuring?
You don't.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you don't know how you're doing, right? It's the reason why metrics exist. That's why you have reporting on certain things. You can't measure success or failure if you're not measuring it. You're just going to willy-nilly find your way through life. And I think that's the difference between, a lot of people who own businesses is they're trying to find that success. And, is every person out there trying to be the next Amazon? No. I don't think that's the case either.
Yeah, I'm working more towards the next Tesla or SpaceX myself. Just got to get a couple more things dialed in.
If you would have just gotten that job to be able to fix the wall, I could have funded it.
Yeah. Would have paid for my plane ticket to meet Elon.
To meet Elon. Elon, I'm Chad. Elon, go away.
Oh, he knows who I am.
My God. But that's the reality of you got to think about that. Is that dream started somewhere, and obviously a lot of business owners it is that financial freedom, right? That's what they're dreaming about. And then they end up finding themselves in the most unfree situation of their life where they're a prisoner of their own work, and that's all you do is work. I think business owners get it. There's probably enough business owners out there laughing right now because they realized they dreamt about the day they wouldn't have to go to work and all they do is go to work because that's what we do. I love it. I love coming to work. I mean, I don't think that there's a day that I come to work that I'm like, I don't want to go to work today. I just don't. I get up and I put my shoes on and I go to work. I don't ever worry about it. I put my pants on before I put my shoes on, though.
You should probably do that.
Yeah, it's always
Do you
good.
put your socks on before you put your pants on?
I don't wear socks.
That's weird.
Barefoot.
I feel like you're lying.
I am. I have
He
banana-
wears the goofiest socks.
I
of
do. I was gonna
anybody.
say, I have a banana skateboarding right now on my sock.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Those are cool
See
socks,
that?
though.
See that, Chad? Bananas. Skateboarding.
I remember when I was 12.
I look like I'm 12. Same height. I'm probably the same height as you were when you were 12.
Just a little less hair.
I was 5'10",
Oh.
like 200 pounds as a.
Oh, yeah, you were a lot
Eighth
bigger than me.
grader.
Yeah. That's at 12, you were still bigger than me.
My voice had already dropped by then. People guarded me when I was trying to buy cigarettes.
Ridiculous.
Oh, this is awesome.
This is awesome. Yeah, but this is living the dream to me. Like, I enjoy this. This is fun. Like, being able to talk about this, and I hope somebody listening is like going, they're right. That's something that I need to do differently. I need to.
Life doesn't need to be so miserable.
It doesn't. Like, it really doesn't. Like, I think that's I think a good reminder that sometimes, like, just be grateful for what you've accomplished.
Be grateful for something.
Be grateful for something.
Start with that.
Start with something.
It'll get better
Well,
from there.
Yeah.
I think we can go back to Friday when you and I had our 90-day meeting on the 98th day
98.
with Curtis. So that was one of the things that I said, though. Like, it's to come to work and be able to do things like this where you have fun and you know the people that you're working with are going to, you can have fun during the day and not just, sit at a computer and look at the computer all day long. You can have those times where you guys crack jokes back and forth and you have fun and you can go downstairs and crack jokes with people you don't see all day long, and everybody just has a good time, and it's a great culture to be around, and you can kind of see that on the podcast here. Everybody comes in and we can crack jokes on each other and laugh about it, and then obviously have the serious discussions as well.
Yep.
For sure. Yeah, I think that's part of the culture we've tried to build. Again, it goes back to, if I got to do this all day long, I want to enjoy what I do, right?
It's got to be one of my favorite things about this place. I mean, literally everybody. I don't have
Seeing me.
Wow, that's probably the second best thing.
They're all talking about working with me.
I thought it was me.
They're just what they both are saying is about me. Appreciate it, you guys.
The best part about this is every time we come in to do this, Chad just seems like he doesn't want to sit here with us.
I know.
And then 10 minutes into it, look what we are. We're laughing and joking, and Chad's just having fun.
Because I was busy before coming in here.
I thought he was going to powerbomb me through the desk when I asked him to come in the podcast.
Is that why you said if you're too busy, you don't have to come in here?
That's why I said it, yeah. Because that way I can't get powerbombed through the desk. I'd be like, I told you not to come in there. I don't know why you're upset.
But I'm just thinking seriously, I can't walk into this building and say there's a single person that I have any hatred towards. A lot of businesses
Chad.
that I worked with, or worked for, I should say,
I got one.
there was plenty. Looking dead in my eyes.
Not you, but you probably figure it out.
Oh, my God. Ridiculous.
Chad has too long of a list. I can't just pick one.
No. There's a unhappy person. One unhappy person out of everybody. But that's it.
You last
can't-
Thursday at 4:31 p.m.
I think it was me. Me at 4:31. I thought I was going to die.
It all trades off,
Yeah. Depends if it's 4:31 or 32 who he's mad at. No, but I mean, yeah, in all seriousness, like you said, being able to walk in that door, enjoy what you do every day, help customers. That's my thing, is like, we're successful with helping people.
Yep.
I enjoy the customer success stories. There's so many of them. We hear so many good things from people every week that it's just like, it's really uplifting to be able to do your job and know that you're doing something that you can be proud of.
Customers go out of their way to send us pictures of what they made with their machine because they're so happy with what they've done with their machine.
Yeah, I think about that. And that to me, like, I go back to the difference between that and having to, like, sell crap products. Like, I couldn't imagine having to do my job every day if I was selling crap. Like, the amount of emails and calls I'd be getting, that would be just ridiculous. I wouldn't do it. The dream to me was building a product that people could, my dad started it. I shouldn't say it's talking because it's something that I dream about today, is that building products that people, can truly enjoy. But I think that, it started with my dad. It was my dad's dream that I basically learned to love. It was, he wanted to build products that people truly used every day in business and could be proud to own. And I'm super thankful that my dad gave me the opportunity to do that. I mean, he fired me like 4 times, but I mean, I'm making it this time.
You should go talk to him about a 5th.
It was like 13 years ago. Some people don't forget, though.
I'm sure we could convince him again.
It's ridiculous. No, but I mean, like you said, I think about that, and like, my dad was building a dream, and shared it obviously with my brother and myself, and obviously we've been able to build a life doing this and what we enjoy. And even my brother, like, he's an engineer mind, like, he's a mechanically sound person, and he's very good at building things, and like, this gives him the option to do that kind of thing on a day-to-day. And does that mean Chris doesn't deal with issues? Yeah, I mean, he runs a manufacturing facility.
Different issues than what we have to deal
Yeah,
with.
I mean, it's different. Like, does he deal with our issues? No. Like,
I don't
we all-
want to deal with his issues.
But I don't want to deal with his issues
I'll
either.
take all of ours all
But
day.
that's exactly it. And I think it's because it caters to our, our skill sets.
Yep.
Like, I'm better at doing this stuff than I am dealing with heat. Like, if you want me to build a machine, it's not going to run right. I'm going to tell you right now. It's going to be a bad day. I probably would not be living the dream in that case. I'd probably be pretty miserable when everything I touch breaks.
We deliver 3 machines a month.
And 2 of them wouldn't work because I touched them. But no, that's the truth. Is like, you kind of have to rely on people around you and, dream to succeed, right? Is that not kind of where we're going with it? I'm a firm believer that the mind is the most powerful tool you have in life, is it not?
Yep.
Whether it be business, life, relationships, whatever. I'm a firm believer if you do something long enough, it tends to happen. Like, I'm gonna do this every single day, and it's gonna become a habit. And when it becomes a habit, it becomes a part of my life. And when it becomes a part of my life, that's the way we tend to go.
And the more you do something, the better you get at it.
Yeah. So, it's not because you have magic powers and you thought about it and it happened. No, it's because you lean in toward your tendencies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when that, like you said, when you become an expert at something or a pro at something, it becomes natural and easy to do. And therefore, I don't know what that was.
An alarm went off on my phone. So
That was crazy. It sounded like it was in my headphones.
My headphones are on the spritz, so I can hear you
Your headphones
every
are on
now
the
and again.
spritz. But yeah, the reality is when you look at what you're doing, your tendencies become what you're expecting. Your headphones still not working?
Yeah, they're like going in and out.
Let's figure it out here. Hold on. Is that one then? No, you
Yeah.
can't hear a thing, can you? Can you hear better now?
Let's keep talking.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, just in my right ear.
Just in your right ear. I don't know. It's technical difficulties again.
I think it plugs into the actual headset itself
Yeah.
too, so you might have to. Yeah.
There we go. Oh yeah, this is nice. Please stand by. But yeah, as I was saying, it honestly, it's a lot like racing. It's something that I always try to remind people of. If you look at the spun out car, right?
Or the rolled over car.
I'm in the fence usually then. But you tend to drive towards it. That's kind of what we always joke about.
The wall?
No,
Oh.
the tires.
This way. The wall or the tires?
Both.
What do you drive at?
Yes. I like try to look between them so I don't crash into
It's
either.
like when you play hockey, but you don't block anything. Or goalie.
I
Goalie.
stopped too. No, but it's truthfully like if you look around the accident, essentially, you tend to find your way around it. But if you look at the accident, you tend to find yourself in the accident. It's like driving in snow in the winter. Like when you're sliding, like they say, don't look at what you don't want to hit.
You're supposed to look where you want to go.
Yeah. So like you look at the stop sign, you're gonna slam into the stop sign while you're sliding. And it's just natural reaction. And I think the same in life. Your goals. You look where you want to go, right?
If you look back, you're going to go back.
Yeah. If you look at the negatives, you're gonna kind of gravitate towards the negative. If you look at the positives, you're gonna start seeing more positive outcomes. And I think that's to be said with your dream. You gotta dream about your success. And a big part of that is just getting out of your own way, right?
And surrounding yourself with other people that
Correct.
have like-minded.
Wasn't there like a saying? If you put somebody in a room with four millionaires, they'll become the fifth.
Yep.
Isn't that what they say? Something like that, right? Or it's like if you put people in a room with 4 drug dealers, they're going to become the fifth. It's kind of like you are more than likely going to become whatever you surround yourself with.
for sure.
Makes sense.
And I think that's the hardest thing for most people to understand. Changing that culture, changing that environment around them. And it's becoming your environment. And so you become so comfortable with your environment that, and a lot of times it might even stem from family, right? Your family thinks a certain way and that's the way they are. And so naturally that's the way you're going to think. And then it's like, the problem is I want to be better. I want to go somewhere else. So you have to separate yourself in all ways of life. Not only your friends, but sometimes family and sometimes your work or your job. Like I got to put myself in a situation to be successful.
Yeah, not go. That's all it's always been.
Correct.
That's how it's always going to be then.
Correct. I think that's the biggest thing is it's like setting yourself up for success to succeed, right?
I mean,
For sure.
I think I can say that with how my life and my career has been. I mean, I haven't had a job with weekends and holidays off since I was 20 years old. So to
Yeah.
have that and has spent the last 5-6 years since I got out of the golf business,
Yeah.
wanting to have that, that weekend and holidays off to spend with my kids and family. Never had it, but I always still had it in the back of my mind that I'm going to get to that point somewhere and find a place that I can do that. And here we are. So
Yeah, I think we're opening weekends this year.
I was
aren't we?
actually just gonna say that
Yeah.
we are gonna start working weekends, nights, and holidays.
Glad you volunteered.
We hired you because of your experience.
You're already experienced.
it backfired, didn't it?
No, but that's the truth. Like, and naturally, you gravitate towards those industries and those jobs that required some nights, weekends, and holidays, obviously. And, it was separating yourself from a comfort zone, right? You were comfortable with what you were doing, but now you work in an industry that you were completely unfamiliar with, right?
But that's usually what turns something into the good, though, to do something uncomfortable,
Correct.
Yep.
not just sticking with what you know and
Get
what
out of
you're
your comfort
comfortable.
zone.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
100%
It
what
always
happened
turns
to
be
me here.
successful.
You got to live the dream.
Yep.
You got to get into the dream, right? Because it's not your reality. Reality is what you're living already. Live the dream, right? You got to figure out what that dream is. I'm dreaming of having nights and weekends off. How are you going to make that happen? I'm dreaming of owning a new car. How are you going to make that happen? I'm dreaming of a new house. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. How do you make that happen? Live in Minnesota because it's snowing all the time.
Don't live in Minnesota.
Heck, in Minnesota, you usually have white Easter and
Yeah.
maybe white Memorial Day. Who knows?
I'm really
I thought you
excited.
said 2 weeks.
He lied.
Maybe 3.
We're getting more snow at the end of this week.
No, it's going to go north.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sweet. You just made my day.
Damn it again.
I mean, we might get a little bit, but not the 1.5 feet like they're calling for up at
Dude.
Lake Superior.
I saw that. I was
that's
like,
insane.
if I get 1.5 feet of snow, I don't know what
Did
I'm
you
gonna
see
do.
Did you see the roof?
I was
at
just
the
gonna
Duluth
say
mall
the-
collapse today.
Yeah.
No.
The
9 a.m.
giant mall up on the hill in Duluth, like a bunch of the roof collapsed because of all the snow on the roof.
Did they make it hurt?
Jeez.
I'm not sure.
They
I
said
hadn't
they
heard.
haven't seen anybody that has been hurt or anything like that, but obviously a lot of damage.
They maybe haven't found them yet underneath what fell.
Oh,
I mean,
geez.
not. I mean, in all seriousness, it was a lot of the roof that fell from the
Wow.
pictures I saw,
Big
yeah.
portion of it.
From all the
All
snowfall.
the snow. Yep.
Mhm. Well, I guess the roof on that place, from all the comments on the news,
probably pretty old.
it's bad.
Oh, I'm sure.
They needed it replaced.
Remember when the
20 years ago.
Metrodome roof
Metrodome.
fell?
Yeah, I was just thinking of that.
Like, how many sports stadiums have their roof collapse? Minnesota.
Zero that I know of.
Yeah, like crazy. But that's the thing is like, you got to think about ways to make things happen. And you become a product of your environment. Can't think negative all the time. Got to be positive. Positive.
For sure.
Kyle. Positive. He just nodded his head over in the corner. Yep, what he said. Positive. He's like, I'm positive that this is really starting to get annoying, me sitting in the corner over here. But yeah, no, like I said, I feel like the same thing occurs in business, like I said. So if your vision isn't on your goals or your dream, your outcome isn't pointed in the right place. It should be pointed at a ShopSabre.
For sure.
For sure. If you have to take away your, you really have to take away your excuses, how many times have you guys heard Granddad did it this way for 20 years? Well, Granddad didn't have technology. If he did, he would have bought the machine too.
And
wouldn't have
Granddad
been doing it by
used to
hand.
walk uphill both ways to school. But now they just cancel school.
True story, actually. We used to walk uphill both ways to school. My mom lived on the hill. So we literally had to walk uphill because there was like a hill. It's like a W. And my brother asked my brother this story. It's the funniest story ever. Because our bus stop, for some reason, always stopped at the bottom of the hill. And you had to walk uphill to the house every day. And it was really annoying. So, and the bus would drive by our house.
That's the worst.
It drove by the house. But like the bus rules were you couldn't, they don't just stop. They have to stop at the stop. And Chris used to argue with the bus. Like, our house is right there. Just stop here and I can get out. They drive down the hill past our house, stop at the bottom of the hill. We have to walk all the way up the hill. So annoying. I started walking home from school just because I got so annoyed by the bus ride. It was faster. But yeah, that was a fun story. But, let me ask you guys a quick question. I heard this from Grant Cardone, just for the record.
I've seen this.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
If
It's
you
great.
if you wake up tomorrow and I give you $1 million, would you guys be happy? Would you be happy, Travis, with $1 million?
I don't know. I mean, money's obviously a nice thing, but it's not gonna.
Shut up. Shut up.
The answer
Stop
is yes.
right now.
The answer is yes. He would be happy. Yeah. The answer would be yes. Could anyone take you down that day? If you're thinking about my question, right?
Not if you gave me $1 million.
If I gave you $1 million that day, could anybody take you down that day?
No strings attached. Not a
Chad probably
chance.
could take me down.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
Chad would definitely take me out for sure.
I don't think so.
And he would
Because
take my $1 million.
If you had $1 million, like, and when I say take you down, like I'm talking about your mood. Obviously, Chad's gonna tackle you. That's gonna definitely happen. But I honestly believe that, like, if I gave somebody $1 million, you're not gonna take their mood down.
Nothing.
But
No.
now, what if I gave you $10 million, but I told you couldn't wake up the next day? Would you take it?
Absolutely not.
Would
There's
you
no
take
sense
it?
in it.
Would you take it?
No.
Nobody would take my $10 million if I gave it to you, but you just weren't gonna wake up tomorrow.
Well, I still have your $1 million.
Don't play. No, you wouldn't choose. Everybody would choose waking up over $10 million, right? So you've already have an opportunity by waking up that's worth more than $10 million. I don't know what is going on right now. I feel like he's playing music.
Is he putting an end to the show right now?
I have no idea. We had a bunch of music just playing in our ears.
It's a great sound. That sounds good.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good
That was
timing.
like the ring it up. Or
That
like
was pretty good
someone's
timing.
speech is going too long, and they're like,
yeah, they
And
just
to wrap it up.
that was
Kyle
that was
wrapped it up on us.
Kyle was like,
That's
Brandon,
Kyle telling us
Brian,
he's really getting bored back
you
there.
gotta, Brandon, you gotta be done here. He's practicing. He's working on a Veterans Day video. But anyways, as I was saying, nobody would choose to take the $10 million. They choose to wake up. So you've already admitted that your opportunity to wake up every day is worth more than $10 million. Why are you not making the most out of that day? You paid $10 million for it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why would you not build your brand? Build your success. Build on what you've already done. You have no reason not to. You're waking up every day, as you said at the beginning of this episode, and that's why I thought it was a good way to end this episode, is what is living the dream to you? And you said waking up.
Yep.
Waking up is what you said. There it is. Like you said it, Chad. You were happy that you got an opportunity, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody here has an opportunity, and everybody listening to this has an opportunity to live the dream. You wouldn't take $10 million to not wake up tomorrow. So why the heck aren't you making the most of today? Because you woke up. And you know what? You don't know what tomorrow brings, right? So do you know today is worth $10 million to you? Or whatever that number is that you've put on it. You know, don't be afraid to live your dream. Buy the machine you need. Buy the equipment today so you can live your best life tomorrow. You have to start building that dream today. Otherwise, you're going to be 10 years down the road still thinking about that dream. Right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
How many of you guys have accomplished something in less than 10 years that you guys dreamt about?
Everything.
Right. I mean, seriously.
It's all about
10
your
years.
mentality.
In 10 years, where will you be if you start today? Yeah, I mean, you're going to accomplish a lot of goals in 10 years. So, like, that's what I try to remind people is, like, you're looking in your life. What's a few extra, days, weeks, months of work for that dream, right? Buy the equipment. Expand your shop. Hire the guy. Make it happen. Sitting here dwelling on things that are happening in the world and, oh my God, what if this happens? What if it does happen? But guess what? What if it doesn't? Now you just wasted 6 months waiting because it might happen. Make it happen. Go build that life. Right?
There's never going to be a perfect time.
Right.
Oh, that's my favorite thing. Like people do. They wait for the perfect time to accomplish goals.
The perfect time is now.
Well, that's exactly it.
I mean,
Right.
Really.
You know how many, if I had over my entire career, how many people have told me they're waiting on the economy? Seriously.
Good luck.
Like, oh, the economy, man, I just got to see what's going to happen. Who gives a shit? It's going to happen.
Right.
Like, you can't change it.
Right.
It's going to happen. And guess what? It's going to happen again. And it's going to do it again. Like, it ebbs and flows. Things go up and down. Build the dream. Do it. If you got to do it, do it. Waiting on the economy, waiting on a person, waiting on a series of events to happen. A lot of times it's you're just waiting to wait.
If you woke up this morning, you have an opportunity to live your dream.
ShopSabre.com.
Yeah.
That was a good one, Travis.
Yeah.
Travis at ShopSabre.com.
Highlight of the episode, Travis.
Future self is going to appreciate it. I'm going to tell you that much right now. Get started today. Right?
Right.
Yes.
Travis at ShopSabre.com is what he said.
Absolutely.
I like how he plugged himself and Chad did not correct him. That was good.
They already know he makes mistakes, so
We discussed that earlier.
That's funny.
if you want it done right the first time, it's Chad at ShopSabre.
.com. And by the way, you don't have to put the W's in.
www.chad@shopsabre.com.
No, I don't think that's how it works. That won't get to you. Nope.
Doubt it.
www.chad@shopsabre.
Yeah,
does
you
not
should
get
definitely
the
put the
emails to you.
www before you go with Chad, but just do Travis@shopsabre.com. You'll get me.
Definitely does not work.
It's the end of the first quarter coming up. 2 weeks left.
What? We're already there. We are. It's the 14th.
Yep.
No better time to add a piece of equipment.
Add some equipment.
You can also find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok.
MySpace.
We still got a Twitter.
Still got a Twitter.
It's growing.
Are people?
Junior Motorsports put in a good plug for us.
I
We
saw
got a bunch
that.
of followers from
Did
it.
we get a
yeah.
bunch of followers
We
from
did,
it?
yeah. So that was
Nice.
cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We got
And I heard a rumor that
Twittered.
we might be doing videos of this podcast coming up soon,
Yeah.
just to kind of tease that.
Yeah. I don't
Once
know.
we get the
I thought we were
room
going to
cleaned out a little
record
bit.
some of this today, but I think Kyle forgot. He was over there playing GarageBand in our ear.
We
He's on
discussed,
level 4 now, though, boys.
we discussed it a little bit. We weren't sure if we should move all this equipment or not. And
Nah, I don't care.
Just kind of.
We'll try next
So
week.
in the future.
Next week,
Very
we're going to
near
live the
future.
dream. But yeah, thanks for plugging the social media stuff there. But you didn't say anything about MySpace. We still don't have a MySpace?
I said MySpace.
Oh, we do have one?
I think to get Twitter followers up, you should send everyone who follows us a video of Brandon getting all the hockey pucks shot in him.
That is pretty funny,
It was
actually.
actually pretty fun.
That's a lot easier to do than give away free parts.
Tool changers on chat, apparently.
I got KCD pamphlets and pens.
My God. Oh, true. We do have pens. They say ShopSabre on them. They're really nice
with
pens.
pocket protectors, even.
They're really nice pens. They do have pocket protectors. It's
Yeah, those
weird.
little
I don't know
leather
why they
sleeves
came with
over
it.
there, yeah.
That's weird.
I think a pocket protector goes in your pocket. That would be a pen protector.
I mean, the smart guy here knew what I was talking about.
I had no idea. I just knew that there was protectors on the pen. I went.
Yeah, what are
with
they
it.
for, Travis?
I don't know what the hell they're for. I need to use the pen. I'm not going to have it in the sleeve.
You kidding me? He can't keep the sleeve. He loses the sleeve. He uses the
It
pen.
keeps the ink off your pocket when you put it in your pants. I think he said.
Wait, what?
What are you putting in my pants?
the pant. I don't know. I thought we discussed it the other day. Maybe we didn't.
Remember when that pen exploded on my shirt?
Yes, that's why we have those.
I think that's why
If
we
you
have
would
those
had that, it
protectors.
wouldn't
Yep.
See?
But then I wouldn't have been able to put the pen on my shirt because it would have been in the pouch that wouldn't fit on my shirt.
Just going to have to clip it on the outside of the pouch on the outside of your shirt.
This is really inconvenient.
This is getting complex.
You know, I'm going to dream up a new pen protector.
That you can cut on a CNC? ShopSabre?
That's going to be a bulky ass pen protector. Made out of aluminum. I'm just walking around with this giant aluminum shield. Oh, it'd be like a shield. It'd be sweet.
You can use it to protect yourself from Chad when he tries to powerbomb you.
I think I'm going to need it bigger than a shield. He can pick me up.
Did I ever tell you guys about this one time I watched Chad pick up this piece of granite?
Hey, quick fun comment on that. Where'd that granite end up?
Not the desk. That was the little end.
No, the
like
granite.
Yeah, I know. But what hit your little finger?
You dropped it on my finger.
What hit your little finger was the little like end table. Not an end table, but like the long
The desk.
cabinet. No, the desk was in the other room. That I just picked up in front of Travis.
Yeah, and then you managed to set a countertop on my hand.
Yeah, the countertop.
That's what it was.
You shouldn't have had your hand in the way.
Obviously.
You
Kyle's
definitely
gonna-
weren't helping lift.
No, my hand was under it.
Kyle's going to start playing music here pretty soon if we keep
Yeah,
going.
I think he's done. So with that, I'm Brandon.
I'm Chad.
I'm Travis.
I'm Nick.
I'm Kyle.
Thanks for talking shop with ShopSabre.